first step is to make sure you have all the materials to sew a button. You will need string, 2 needles, scissors, and your button. There are multiple ways to tie a knot in your string. The first way is to pull the thread through the hole in your needle and continue to pull your string until both ends are aligned. You can then wrap it around your finger and pull the thread through the hole, continuing to pull until it becomes a knot. The second way to tie a knot is to pull the thread through the hole in your needle and pull until your string is about 1 to 2 inches through. Then you will take the bottom or long end of your string and then place it behind the needle about 1 inch from the end. You will then take the rest of the string and wrap it around the needle 5 to 7 times. After wrapping, you will then pull down the wrapping down the string until it forms a knot. To sew this button on, I will be using the first way to tie a knot. So again, you will pull the string all the way through until both ends come together, then make a loop, pulling the string until it forms a knot. I did tie multiple knots on the end to make sure that the knot is secure enough. Place your button on your piece of fabric. Going from underneath the fabric, you will go through the first hole. And since we will be sewing through the holes in the diagonal manner, you will go to the hole diagonal from the first hole. Before placing the needle through the second hole, place your other needle in between the thread and the button. And when sewing through the holes, make sure you always sew over the second needle placed. Keep repeating this pattern by going over to the other button holes and continue until the button is secure. After the button feels secure, you can now remove the second needle and then sew through just the fabric so that the needle and thread is coming out between the button. Then you will wrap the string around the button about 6 times. After wrapping it around, you can then thread your string back under the fabric. Pull through the fabric so that the needle is underneath the fabric. And then you can now tie it off. After tying it off, I like to tie it about 3 to 5 times to make sure that the tie is secure. And then your button is all done. Make sure you cut off any loose string so that your button can look tight.